Mr. Chairman. You are talking a lot about the need for more resources to combat increases in illegal gun crimes, correct?
Among many other things, yes.
And let's go down the list. Drug trafficking, you talked about that one.
Yes.
Human trafficking, sex trafficking crimes are on the rise. Would you say that those who are prosecuted for those crimes are 100% legal residents of this country?
I'm not in a position to answer that. I'd be surprised if all of them are legal residents, but I don't have statistics on how many are not. But
would you say that the volume of crossings at our southern border contributes to that rise in crime, just from a sheer numbers perspective?
I don't have the statistics. Obviously, some people who cross the border commit crimes, and some people who, and the vast majority do not.
Right.
Many people in this country commit crimes, and the vast majority do not. I don't have the statistics you're asking for.
But you also would agree that in addition to the migrants who are detained and then released into the country and then commit crimes, increase those numbers of crimes in this country, the number of gotaways who evade apprehension and then commit crimes also increases the number of crimes committed in this country, correct?
I'm stuck in the syllogism here. I think that the answer is the more people who commit crimes, the more crimes we have in the country.
Right. So would you agree then that and support efforts to try and contain that crossing at our southern border to essentially secure our southern border so that fewer are crossing who are either gotaways or not in this country legally, would help contribute to a decrease in the number of crimes committed?
Yeah, as I was explaining, I think that the Department of Homeland Security, which has the responsibility for the border, obviously, has a notice of proposed rulemaking with respect to funneling all, the people to the ports of entry and making the vetting required at those locations or back at an embassy or otherwise, or having to seek asylum first in a country through which they travel, all of which are aimed at the purpose that you're talking about.
Have you taken positions on those proposals to, say, require that you request asylum from the country from which you're coming, Mexico, if you're coming from a Central American country?
Yeah, so our job, of course, is to look at the legality of the program. The policy is determined by DHS, and we have approved these programs as being legal.
Okay. But you haven't taken any position on efforts to secure the border, which would actually help your department?
We're obviously, let me put it this way, eager to do everything possible to secure the border. I don't think anybody would not feel that way.
All right. I want to go briefly to a conversation we had with IG Horowitz at the most recent open annual worldwide threats hearing in the Senate. FBI Director Wray admitted that the FBI has in the past, according to the Wall Street Journal, bought precise geolocation data before backing away from the practice in the face of thorny legal issues. IG Horowitz last week agreed with my concerns about this disturbing practice. In fact, he said the DOJ, quote, took advantage of legal ambiguities before the Supreme Court's decision in Carpenter v. U.S. And he went on to say that post-Carpenter, of course, that shouldn't have happened. Do you agree with what DOJ Inspector General told the subcommittee last week, that government agencies' purchases of information about Americans' location should not have happened after Carpenter?
Yeah. So Carpenter occurred during the last administration. My understanding from reading Director Wray's testimony is that, I don't remember what year this occurred in, but that they did take some geolocation data but no longer do so and haven't done so for a couple of years.
Okay, so
I don't know any more than what he testified to.
No parts of DOJ or other agencies are buying similarly sensitive information like about Americans' communications or activity, financial or otherwise?
Well, we've jumped from from purchases of aggregate of commercial information.
Well, let's stay there. Are any
Those are
parts
two
of DOJ still purchasing location
So
information?
that question, the department has an investigation going on internally to find out which parts.
But you don't know?
No, because it's ongoing. I don't mean investigation in a pejorative sense, but we're looking into that question. My understanding on geolocation is that we don't purchase that.
Time of the gentleman has expired.
Thank you.
Ms. Ming?